What's happening, everybody? 2 weeks in the book. You're back for another episode of Too Much Fantasy Football. You're here with Brian and Brennen as we break down the week 2 reaction. We're going to give it to you. We're going to give it to you raw. We're going to give it to you fast, hard. It's really sounding dirty now as I keep going on
Yeah,
this.
I was like,
And we're
please
going to
stop.
finish. We're going to finish with some waiver wire action too. A little waiver wire action cleanup.
Yeah,
A little wire. Almost got
yeah,
it. Almost
yeah.
there, folks. But yeah, it got too wild yesterday, so we're getting a little too wild in here. A little too much. The amount of points. We're sitting there talking about only one game hitting the over from the red zone channel that we were watching last week and this week. All of them went absolutely bonkers. So we're going to break down the good. We're going to talk about the bad, fill in with some injuries, and of course, like I said, some waiver wire stuff. If you're here on YouTube, we appreciate you watching. Go ahead and hit the like, the subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hit us with a comment with any questions or just anything you want to throw out there. And then, of course, on the podcast, if you are listening, we appreciate you. Give us the review, the share, the comments, all that fun stuff. Brennan, did you survive? You made it through week 2?
I feel like I'm barely chugging along. Kids are just such great things when they're sick because they just hand it off to you. Now I felt like all the pain like everybody else did in week 2.
I feel you, man. Same thing. Yeah, me right here with the kids making me sick. No.
Yeah, I'm quiet over there.
Yeah, just a couple of dogs here. The worst thing I have is, my ass scratches. I got to rub it on the carpet. But, that's no big deal. Easy fix. Easy fix. Let's go ahead and start off with the good here. We're going to talk about the booms, the excitements, the players that, they either destroyed you on the other side or hopefully had them on your side. Dude, this Lions game. Let's go ahead and start with some quarterback action here. And I made fun of him, and I know he listens to the show. He has to. So hearing me talk crap on him, call him Jared Goffel. 34 points in your traditional lineup there. 52 points for the Lions in this one.
So there's like two things with this. Like, is it the Packers are really, really good, or are the Bears really, really bad? Or are both things true?
I think both can be true.
Yeah.
I was really hoping the Bears defense would be a little bit better after we saw that huge jump that they had last year. They fell back a little bit this year.
Yeah, a little bit. No, Jared Goff I think they wanted to show they weren't Ben Johnson merchants in this game because it's nice to have a head coach that you can rally. Like Dan Campbell, again, first thing he said, biting off kneecaps. Like, it's just that mantra that he instills into these guys, and it really showed on Sunday because they did not let up. They didn't go for field goals. Even though they were already up by 20-something points, they made sure to put the staple and go up by 30. And Ben Johnson had no problem with it because he's been on the other side. He knows what it feels like. So, again, it's just one of those things where they didn't let up, and it's, I don't think anybody really started Jared Goff this week. You might have, but I think it's one of those things where it's a dome. Maybe it's just he plays well in the dome.
Yeah, it all worked out for him and the rest of that team. Another player that turned out a lot better than I was hoping after a bad week 1, Drake May. He got to play Miami Dolphins, and I feel like most teams are going to do well against him. He was 19 for 23, 230 yards through the air, 2 passing touchdowns, and then 10 rushes, 31 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Gives him QB3 on the week. This is prior to Monday, of course.
This is what everyone kind of drafted him, that they hoped that you get these weeks out of him, right? Because he was going as QB14 in most people's things, QB16, and you were just hoping for this spike because of the rushing upside. And he's looked good, but again, is it because Miami has a really bad defense, or is it he's good? I do believe that you're going to get more weeks like this, but I also think you're going to get weeks like you got last week as well. I think it's going to be it's not going to be a perfect balance. I think there's going to be the highs and there's going to be the lows with him, but you're going to ride those highs because you got him really late.
Yeah, this Patriots team not that we thought it was going to be great, but when we got that 8.5 line for their win total this summer, I think that I thought they were going to be better than they are so far 2 games in. The defense definitely isn't the linchpin that I thought it was going to be for this team. So I think you will get a little bit more woes than I was expecting with Drake May. All in all, I feel like top, 8 to 12 is probably where he's going to finish pending injury.
Yeah, I think that's, if he plays all 17 games, I think, he's going to be flirting with the top 10 finish.
Give me a QB. Who'd you like this week?
Man, it's weird to say this, dude. It's Daniel Jones.
No! Are we 2-0? Are the
2-0.
Colts 2-0 first time since 2009? Are you kidding me? I had Andrew Luck for half a career, and we haven't been 2-0 since '09. Let's get it, folks. Sorry, we just had to have a moment. We haven't been happy in a while.
We're gonna talk about it on a waiver wire pickup here, but like, dude, like 70% completion rating, over 300 yards, rushing touchdown, and a passing touchdown. Like, dude, he's good. I don't know. Like, I don't know how long this lasts, but like, you got to ride the hot hand, and he's definitely got the hot hand right now.
Yeah, I mean, no picks so far this season. 300 yards on Denver's defense. I know Patrick Surtain kind of got a little shaken up there, so we're given a little bit of grace on that one. But overall, like this team,
But before that, they were going after Patrick Surtain. Like, I understand Patrick Surtain got hurt, but like they were making it a statement to go after him. It was kind of like they didn't care that he's, arguably the best cornerback in the game. So like, hey, like again, like if you just lost Joe Burrow, you lost Brock Purdy, or what? Like Daniel Jones is still on the way. I don't know. I don't think he will be, but you got to go pick him up this week and go spend some fab on him.
I picked him up quite a bit last week on waivers, not necessarily intending to play him this week, but just going forward. I was like, all right, let me get through Denver, and he'd be a great to have for week 3 and week 4. And if you didn't grab him, there's going to be a little with all the quarterback injuries we're about to talk about. This is really going to spike there. Last quarterback I want to bring up here is Patrick Mahomes. Seems to be the rushing and the passing for this team. He had 7 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Also threw for 187, a touchdown, another pick. But yeah, decent finish. Way better
Was
than
the pick really his fault though?
Yeah, no. Heartbreaker. I know, like there were a lot of these games that came down to the wire. This was another one, 17-20. Man, yeah, that pick is really what kind of screwed them. They were driving to go take the lead and set the Eagles up for a touchdown there at the end. Patrick Mahomes, though, he's playing way better than he was last couple of years as far as fantasy goes.
Yeah, it's interesting because like he typically does this in the playoffs because like it adds another element to the game, and now he's having to do this because there's no other element on his side of throwing the football. Like when Hollywood Browns, you're going to be your number one, and then Juju's right behind you, like, and then Tyquan Thornton. Shout out to Andy from the Footballers for calling that 40-yard bomb touchdown. By the way, it's impressive that it actually happened. I'll give you the kudos there. I just, again, like it's, everyone had their worries about him being drafted where he is, but I think he's going to probably finish there because he's going to have to run a lot more than we honestly expected. And the defense is kind of taking a step back.
Yeah, defense taking a step back. The running game has, and there's nobody healthy in the wide receiver room, tight end room. Can we just get Noah Gray? Like I'm ready to just see what that is. Travis Kelce, 4 for 661. It's not impressive. It's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, do you think are you going to buy into the hype of Tyreek Hill going to the Chiefs? Are you going to buy into that?
I'm pushing, okay. Man. As a Waddle believer, man, I want Tyreek Hill to go there so bad. I think it'll help. I think it'll help every party involved if we can get him there.
I agree.
Let's talk some running backs here. Jonathan Taylor, of course. We got to talk about the Colts and all these facets because when you're 2-0, you got some of the best players, right? Yeah, folks.
Yeah,
this is gonna get bad, but trust me, in like 3 weeks, we're gonna eat some humble pie. We're gonna check ourselves, so just enjoy it, okay? Let us be happy Colts fans. JT though, I mean, receiving game work. 50 yards through the air, 165 rushing. Also got a touchdown. Dude looked great.
I mean, when you're RB1 of the week so far, I mean, the other 2 games haven't happened, but I mean, 25 attempts for 165 yards and then 2 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. Like, yeah, I mean, as long as he stays healthy, everyone's been saying like, oh, like, health is the question, but he's perfectly healthy now. And, we were kind of concerned with the neck injury, but yeah, ride the hot hand. You drafted potentially the RB1 in the early second round.
Yeah, you go ahead and take this next one. I feel like I besmirched him a lot this summer, so I don't deserve to.
I mean, I did too. I mean, we all said that he was going to be it was a touchdown merchant, but again, he's continually still getting touchdowns. It's James Cook. He finished as RB2. Again, 21 attempts, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns, only 1 catch. But like the touchdown run, like he literally had people on his ankles and he still stepped off them and broke off for a 40-yard run. It was an angry run. Again, this is, I thought he'd take a pay cut. He got underpaid, but hey man, James Cook is, if you were the believer of James Cook, kudos to you. I wasn't one of them, and I'm eating the humble pie right now for that, or eating some kind of pie.
Speaking of that pie you're eating.
Oh my god, I'm still not a believer. I don't care. Talk, have fun.
Javonte Williams, 18 for 97 and a touchdown on the ground, 6 of 7 through the air for 33 yards. Guy's got 3 touchdowns through the season, an RB3 and an RB4 finish through 2 weeks. Look, I said he was going to be an RB2 for the first half of the season. I didn't mean the RB2, but looks like that's the direction we're heading. Javante's just going to continue to eat, though, man. Like, there's no other competition. I mean, Miles Sanders did get the touchdown, but who didn't get a touchdown in this
Jaden
game?
Blue is
Everybody
still not
did.
active. It's still so annoying. I don't care. Jaden Blue's a better player than Miles Sanders. You can't convince me otherwise. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
it's so frustrating. It's so
Javante,
frustrating.
so at what point, like, are you, as far as Javante goes and people, like, look at and address that, are you pushing to, like, make a trade here sometime in the next few weeks, over the next month? Or do you think there's a world where he can, like, hold on to this for most of the season?
Honestly, you took him in like the 9th round, man. It's a steal. Unless you get some like sweet offer, ride it out, dude. You took him as like a flex bench play. Like now he's in your lineup, and now you have options. Like I always tell people, unless they offer you some just like off the walls offer, no, you don't need to accept anything. Keep the guy that you took cheap because he's benefiting you. This is why you win championships, because guys like Javonte Williams.
My home league, I tried to trade him, but right before kickoff for Trey Henderson. And my brother,
Woof.
I don't really need him. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get him now while he's cheap. And my brother turned me down. And afterwards, he's like, hey, so that offer's still on the table? I'm like, what else you got?
Yeah,
Make him
seriously.
sweeten the pot now. You turn that
Yeah, no
down.
kidding.
Another guy I want to talk about here. Let me just keep it going with pumping rainbows up here. Kenneth Walker, man, 13 for 105 and a touchdown on the ground. Caught a pass for 13 yards as well. Look, him and Charbonnet are still splitting. Charbonnet just was the one that was ineffective this week, and Kenneth Walker had the big runs. This is what he does. He has the big home run hitters, so it's not out of the ordinary, but like I still think that we need to recognize that he's on a 50% playability. But it's the explosive plays. I'm okay with it.
I'm on the train of trade Ken Walker now because I still think they're going to split carries, and I think it's just going to be a very frustrating ownership of Ken Walker. I think you'll have games like this, but then you'll have games like last week too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just going to be a headache, and I'd sell high right now if I were you as a Ken Walker owner. And I know you don't like to hear that, Brian, but
I'm okay buying him. If you can get somebody who thinks that they can sell him now that he had a good game and you're not overpaying, I don't mind going after him.
yeah. Other mentions for us, Travis Etienne is still that guy. And then, as the RB2 behind him, everyone was hyped about him. Bashaw Tootin, he looked good.
Toot toot.
I mean, I don't know. There's going to be a world where they both are going to be scoring touchdowns like this. Like, what's your heat check on Tootin right now?
I kind of treat them the way we were treating Rashad White and Bucky last year. You know, you looked at Travis Etienne probably as that like high end RB2 or has a potential for a high end RB2, and then Bashaw Tutin's the wild card RB3. You know, probably giving you right around flex numbers each week, but with his talent and explosiveness, he could finish, in a top 12 week if he's the one that gets the touchdowns or gets the big run. So I'm willing to start them both at this point. The passing game clearly isn't going to work, and we know Liam Cohen likes the run game. So let's get them both fired up.
Yeah, and then this one, I don't know how to
I
play
don't know
this.
either,
Like,
man.
Cam Scatterbo out touched Tyrone Tracy, even though like I think Tyrone Tracy out snapped him by a mile last week. So like I don't know where to preface this. Like Cam Scatterbo runs for getting concussed. I know it's like, oh, Britton, you can't predict injuries, but like when you watch him play, like the dude just lowers his head, and it's just like I'm not going to say can't predict injuries. It's really weird, but like again, Cam Scatterbo is going to be talking about a waiver wire ad. He out touched Tyrone Tracy. He had more yards, had the touchdown on the goal line. So yeah, I got to give him credit though.
Yeah, Scatabo 14 opportunities. Tracy had 10. 52% of snaps to Scatabo, 42 to Tracy. So definitely saw that shift change. Is that going to be? Was that just a game time decision? Is Dayball actually a good coach and he was adapting to the game and kind of playing it based on that? Because this was a high scoring game. We had a kicker actually kick a game winning or game time field goal as time expired twice. So
64 yards. Impressive.
I think it's like NFL kickers to kick over 60 yards. I think 2 guys have done it, and he's done it 4 times.
Yeah,
Absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal.
MVP for the Cowboys for sure.
Oh, for sure. I mean, but are they going to pay him? No. Just kidding. They got
Yeah, I
plenty of
don't
money
know.
now that Michael Parsons is not there.
Well, I don't know. They just spent quite a bit on their guard too.
Yeah, a
Like
couple. They've had
they,
a few big payments they've done right after that.
yeah.
Micah Parsons. Let's talk about some wide receivers here. We Goff was talked about there at the top of the show. Of course, Amon-Ra is going to be talked about here. 9 receptions, 3 touchdowns, 115 yards. You probably didn't lose with Amon-Ra on your team. If you did, let us see it in the comments because those are rare and those hurt. So let us see if that happened to you.
Yeah, it really hurt. And then the other guy, I mean, Rome was built in a day, folks. Rome Odunze, 11 targets, 7 receptions, 128 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Like, I think he is the wide receiver one over DJ Moore. I think it's very obvious now.
20 targets across 2 games.
Yep, very impressive. Finishes wide receiver 4 this week. Big believer in Rome, liked his talent. I'm still the Bears game. I mean, it was out of hand. Caleb was fine. Caleb was not the reason why they lost this game. It was the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. So I'm still okay with Caleb if you have him and you can start him. Like I still think again he's tied to Ben Johnson. I'm a big Ben Johnson believer, so I'm all there for that.
I believe this ship will get they'll right the ship. That's for
I
sure.
think so too. I think it's going to take some time. I think it's going to be one of those
back divisional games against two.
Yeah.
Both of these teams won 13 games last year.
Yeah.
Two pretty good coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Other wide receivers, we have JSN. Look, man, the amount of boards, the amount of leagues that I was in, and he was just falling and falling and falling. 100 yards this past week, it's great. Back-to-back games, he's had 100 yards, 8 catches this week, 9 last week. He is the focal point of that offense, or at least through the air.
I mean, 10 targets. He's got his back-to-back weeks of over double-digit targets. It's 8 receptions, 100 yards. He just hasn't had a touchdown. But I mean, like I kind of expected him just to be a reception merchant. Like I was big on him in full point PPR. Like I was hammering the table. This is the guy I want in full point PPR. He's going to be so good there.
Over under 4.5 touchdowns on the season.
I'll say over. If he plays all 17, I'm going to say over.
I wouldn't think it would be. I wouldn't be surprised if it hit the under. I guess is where
I wouldn't either. But like again, I'm going on the basis of it's going to be the over. So
and this defense is dope for the Seattle Seahawks. I don't care how bad that offensive line is. If the defense is that good, the offense will get plenty of shots. So I guess that's also what we're leaning into here. Other wide receivers, Troy Franklin this week, caught a touchdown, 8 receptions, 89 yards. It looks like we're just going to have a revolving door as far as the wide receiver 2 goes, but stuff like this is going to really hurt Sutton.
Let me preface this. The Colts, Lou Amarulo likes to take away the number one target as much as possible. That's what he's really well known for. Like Cortland Sutton didn't have anything. Also, Tyreek Hill didn't have a lot yet last week. So like it's a trend where that it made to them to throw the ball elsewhere. And again, I'm a Colts fan. We were rolling out there with our checks notes on the depth chart, our DB 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, not good. Not good.
Have like 4 Bynums. If we could have like 4 Bynums out there, I'd be loving it.
Yeah. So I'd preface this as like a don't blow your FAAB. I think the game plan was to make sure Sutton didn't get the ball, and that's what they made sure happened.
Kind of shooting through these last ones. JMO, in addition, we saw the Lions go crazy. That was part of it. Waddle got into the end zone. We finally saw Tyreek Hill and Waddle come back to life. Is that going to be something that we see regularly, or is that the Patriots not doing so well?
I mean, I think I've always liked Waddle. I said Waddle's a good receiver. He's always been, he's had, the first 3 seasons, 1,000 yards. I mean, like he turned, 6 targets into 5 receptions, 68 and a touchdown. You drafted him as like a fringe wide receiver, 2, 3, and he finishes wide receiver 14. I'm happy for these kind of moments. This is what I drafted him. I drafted him not to be the wide receiver one. I drafted him to, just finish above ADP.
All right. Let's talk about these tight ends real quick. Tucker Kraft seems like to be the only viable piece in the passing game, so he continues to crush. Zach Ertz was the guy nobody wanted, but seems to be the number one for his team as well. And then Juwan Johnson, the trend continues. Dude, like that touchdown catch. Oh, isn't he old? Juwan
Who?
Johnson's been
Ertz?
around.
Oh,
He's
Juwan
only,
Johnson?
he's only 29. I feel
No,
like
he's on
been
his second
around so
contract.
much longer than that.
Yeah, he was young when he got drafted, if I'm not mistaken. That's why. So, yeah, he might have been the better pickup over Harold Fannin.
But yeah, 100%. It's looking that way. This
Yeah.
team seems to be more enthusiastic than the Browns. Let's get to the duds. Let's talk about the stinkers here. Guys that really hurt you. Starting off at quarterback, Justin Fields. We thought he had a great matchup last week, and he did it well. Plays the Bills. It was nothing like Lamar did to the Bills the week prior.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes coaches can adjust to guys. So, I mean, I get he got concussed and he's probably not going to play this week, but like he got concussed like what late third quarter.
It was late
so,
in the game.
It was to the point where like they still could have he could have put up some points and everything else like that. But yeah, no, he didn't look good, and it's he's not going to play.
Time.
Yeah, he's not going to play next week. So you're really hoping Tyrod Taylor just hyper targets Garrett Wilson like it was week 1.
He did complete twice as many passes as Justin Fields did with the same amount of attempts.
Yikes! Big yikes.
Others, I mean, JJ McCarthy. The injury we'll talk about here in a minute, but that kind of popped up. It wasn't a great game. Josh Allen, again, when you have James Cook absolutely crushing it out there, it's going to lean to that. And then Jalen Hurts, just the Chiefs wrapped him up.
Yeah, I mean, so JJ McCarthy, it's really hoping Kevin O'Connell is this QB whisper and, it comes back. But I'm going to ask you this because I asked some other friends. If Carson Wentz is viable and looks better, because he's out for 2 to 4 weeks, mind you. JJ McCarthy's been out for 2 to 4 weeks, apparently, with an ankle sprain. Okay, Carson Wentz goes 3-1, and he's had like 250 yards passing. Justin Jefferson is now looking like Justin Jefferson. Everything's like TJ Hawkinson looks good. All the players are like just viable. You bring him back, JJ McCarthy?
I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play this game. Look, it's Carson Wentz. Come on. It's gonna pop. Like he's gonna pumpkin. He's gonna pumpkin.
I mean, he fixed Sam Darnold. He made Josh Dobbs look good. I'm just saying, like it's because the defense isn't the problem.
I don't know if he fixed Sam Darnold.
I mean, dude, for 15 games out of 17, he was pretty damn good.
He's still not playing good now, though. So I don't know if he plays well in Minnesota or if he's actually fixed.
I don't think he was bad this last weekend. I thought he was pretty good. And he still beat the Steelers.
That's true. Let's go to the running backs here. Pacheco, it's kind of the downfall here right now. It's looking really bad for the Kansas City running backs.
Yeah, I mean, the schedule's rough. If he doesn't do good again, well, hold on. The Giants have a good front seven. Like this is this is a problem with him. Like
a couple of bad matchups coming up.
When week 4, who do they play? Who do the Chiefs play? That's because this is a bad matchup.
Baltimore. So they've got Giants, Baltimore, and then Jacksonville, Detroit. Those are all 3 pretty good. Like they got great up front, and then Washington, and then Buffalo. Like it's not getting any prettier.
No, man. I don't know. But you can't drop him though because he's still like the quote unquote lead back. It's just one of those things where you hope to see a trend upward because it's just not good right now.
Yeah, no, you're just getting the only thing trending is going to be his drop rate.
Yeah.
Tyrone Tracy, we kind of touched on that. Derrick Henry, look, he's going to have these games. Sometimes they just have his number. They're going to shut it down. So if he doesn't get the touchdown, you're kind of upset. And the Jordan Mason, man, I was kind of hoping for a better showing here, especially now that we know that we've got a hamstring injury with Aaron Jones. So Jordan Mason's going to be the guy going forward. Pretty excited? Man.
Yeah, I'm excited for Jordan Mason because I don't know, like it's kind of weird because like I like Kevin O'Connell as a play caller, but it's very obvious that Aaron Jones can't run north and south anymore as like what he used to be, and Jordan Mason is very much a north and south runner, and like Aaron Jones should just be using the passing game. Like it just makes lives a lot easier for everybody. But yeah, I think this is the time where I had a lot of Jordan Mason stack. I just liked him more than Aaron Jones. I mean, I think the tread of the tires is what happens, and hamstring injuries are notorious to keep coming back, and Aaron Jones has quite a few of them. So,
wide receivers here. Matthew Golden was not great there, but it's also the Packers defense we talked about.
He doesn't have a catch, right?
I think he's got one.
I don't know. Oh, I think he does have one catch because he's had a bunch of
2 catches in week 1.
Okay, and he had 0 last week, right? Because it was all
He had
carries.
2 carries for 15 yards. He's got 31 total yards, 16 in week 1, 15 in week 2. It's not looking great, but when you break your collarbone and have a foot injury like Jaden Reed has, it's going to open up some doors.
But is it gonna open up? Is it gonna open up doors for Romeo Dobbs, or is it gonna open up doors for Matthew Golden or
We'll
Dontavian
find out
Wicks?
we'll find out once we get there to the waiver wire.
Yeah,
MHJ, Keon Coleman, Sutton we talked about, AJ Brown. These are all dud after duds. Is there a freak out on any of the Marvin, Keon Coleman, or AJ?
I'm freaking out over the Eagles' offense. It's run, pass. It's continuously been run, pass.
Yeah, last time they went to a Super Bowl, their OC was taken, got a head coaching job, and that next year they looked pretty poo-poo. Like Sirianni almost got fired. It was great.
Hey, it's
Like,
crazy.
we
It's like
it.
when you have a head coach that can actually like do something, like it should be viable, but like, when you don't have a head coach who just sits there and just plays 8-mile clips to motivate the team, that's what you get.
Yeah, so I'm still on the team that I'm still in the boat of this offense should be doing more than they had to do last year. But if it's not great play calling, we might be seeing issues though. AJ Brown, I'm holding though.
Hey, you want to trade AJ Brown for I don't know, Brian Thomas Jr.?
No, I'll take AJ Brown out of 2 of those right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
As far as tight ends, I mean, come on, Pitts. We knew it was going to happen eventually. Also, the Pittsburgh combo, Jonnu Smith and Freiermuth, they're going to be hit or miss all season. You're not going to want to play any of them. But Mark freaking Andrews, man, are we done? Are we just out?
I don't know, man. Cleveland's got a really good defense, dude.
They do.
It's just who do they play week 3? Like that's really the tall tale sign. Like that's where I'll be like, all right, I'm officially out. But like I'm not starting Mark Andrews again.
But we're seeing Tez Walker come away with multiple touchdowns. They play Detroit next week, Kansas City the week after, Houston, the Rams. It doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, dude. I forget when you're a good team, you play good teams typically. So yeah, no.
And then it's a bye week in week 7.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's tough because Isaiah Likely's going to come back. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, folks, that'll wrap up the duds as well there. If you want more information, deeper dive on that, too bad. Injuries. We're going to go over a handful of these. We'll kind of graze over some of them, dive deeper into them as we go through the waiver wire. But J.J. McCarthy, as we kind of talked about, looks like, what are you saying, 2 to 4 weeks is what you're seeing for the
2 to 4 weeks for his, I thought it was ankle. I thought I saw ankle.
Yeah.
So 2 to 4 weeks. You're excited for your Justin Jefferson owners. You're excited for Jordan Addison owners. It's just like, it can only get better. I'm sorry. It sounds terrible when you say that. Like I believe in JJ McCarthy because I believed in Kevin O'Connell, but now I believe in just Kevin O'Connell. So it's
it's one of those, like we typically say, rookie quarterbacks aren't great for pass catchers. I know he's a second-year guy, but he's still only played 2 games in the NFL. So
yes,
be understanding. And with that ankle injury, he was doing a little bit of work through with his legs, so that ankle injury might slow him down a little bit, cutting down any true peak upside.
Yes, I agree.
Joe Burrow, surgery, 3 months. Out. First time this fool's ever gone 2-0. Zach Taylor finally got a dub in week 2, and he just lost. Joe Burrow, but Browning throws 3 picks, still finds a way to win the game.
I think it's very it just number 1 pick's cursed, man. It just continues to be cursed because I think Jamar Chase is still going to be viable, but I think the ceiling is now gone. He still is targeting Jamar Chase, but it's just I think Jamar Chase will still end up being a wide receiver 1, not the 1. I think T. Higgins hurts from this.
Same.
I think Chase Brown is a loser from this.
Because we saw Browning spread the ball around.
Yeah.
Potentially got his first NFL touchdown. Yoshi Voss is still out there. Gesicki and Fant are getting looks. I mean, Fant had, I think the first touchdown look from Browning was going to Fant. So
yeah,
I think that, like you said, the ceiling's definitely capped. I mean, it's not Burrow.
Yeah.
Justin Fields, concussion. We'll probably see him back week 4. Tyrod Taylor, we're not looking at that. If anything, it's just lowering Garrett Wilson into low end wide receiver 2 range.
Yep.
Jaden Daniels, knee injury, likely not playing in week 3.
I don't know. I want to wait to see. It's still early. Like if he doesn't play, that sucks. Like
And it's a little extra time since they played last Thursday too.
yeah. So like I'm kind of maybe they're just kind of being cautious with it. But if he doesn't play, that sucks. And go get the guys we just talked about earlier. Yeah, and I think if he doesn't play, I'm not a Cliff Kingsbury believer. So I mean, like I think Debo's still a start, and then Terry's. I don't know. It's just bad.
Zach Ertz is still a start. That's the only one I'm confidently starting.
Yeah.
As of just a few minutes ago, we're recording this on Mondays, day to day, according to the coach. So optimistic. Playing the Raiders this coming week. Eckler, same game, out for the season. Torn Achilles.
Hell of a career, man.
You knew it when you saw it. It's a good chance. I mean, his age, that injury, it's going to take him a little bit of time to come back. So, dude, go get that radio job. It's right there waiting for you.
Yeah, he had a hell of a career. He was one of everyone's like fantasy football favorites to draft. Like it just sucks.
This show can be trips. We can add a third, Austin. If you want to be number one, I'll go to 3. I don't care.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Spot.
Yeah,
Whatever we got to do.
Exactly.
Whatever we got to do, Austin. Aaron Jones, we talked about a little bit, hamstring injury. Most likely it's going to be a couple weeks with his age too. They should be cautious. BTJ, we got a wrist injury. Also, being a bit of a bitch. So I'm not really sure which one is long term and which one.
That's not okay. I watched the tape. Brian Thomas Jr. did have some bad drops. Trevor Lawrence also was trying to put him in the hospital too. So
come on, man, commit to it. You got to commit to it. Chris Olave does, and look at him. Oh wait, never mind.
Yikes.
No, Brian, it's okay. Fellow Brian over here, we got that. It's okay. The back and forth, and the Panthers O-line, just riddled with injuries right now. Absolutely decimated in the center.
Their center tore his MCL, and the right guard tore his triceps. This is bad news it's just a trickle down effect for quite literally everybody. Bryce Young, Chuba, Tet, who I like Tet's been doing great. Chuba's been feeding as well in the BS at the end of it. But yeah, no, it's not good for the Panthers overall. It's just not looking good.
Really, the only plus side is possibly they get O linemen that are shorter, so Bryce Young can actually see over his line. But outside of that, we are looking at issues there. All right, waiver wire time. Quarterbacks. Who are we looking at this week as possible streamers?
Well, Mac Jones, it's kind of crazy because like this is the guy that Shanahan was like upset that they didn't draft in the first place, and like he got his guy, and Mac Jones was viable. Like I'm not like really excited about it. Like I think
would have been a waste of a first round pick, but not near.
Yeah, exactly. Daniel Jones is for sure hammering the table on that one. I think it's a pretty obvious one. I'm trying to think of like in deeper leagues, like honestly, like Jake Browning, like he's going to throw interceptions, but he'll throw touchdowns too. It's like it's kind of like a Jameis-esque type of player.
Geno Smith against Washington, I don't mind as a waiver wire play this week. Only 18% owned. It's not sexy. It's not pretty. But if you don't want to go to the Mac Jones and to the Brownings, you want to actually go to a starter, I don't mind kicking the tires there.
Yeah, because Daniel Jones plays the Titans. Jake Browning, they play the Vikings.
So and then Mac Jones or Sam Darnold against New Orleans.
Browning, just because I like the weapons more.
Same. I like that. Any other quarterbacks you want to talk about?
I really want Cam Ward to like. It's not Cam Ward's fault. Like I'm pounding the table.
Better. He's had 2 really hard defenses back-to-back weeks, so I'm not even remotely making a decision on how I think he is. I'm just like, ooh, look at that play. I'm excited. So
I think Cam Ward is like having to literally be Superman for this team, and I really want him to pan out because I think he's a lot better, and I think the Titans head coach is awful.
And the more good quarterbacks we have in this league, the better everything is for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk some running backs here. We talked about him in the booms. Tootin. If you can go get Bashaw Tootin, if you're in a 10-man league, he's probably sitting out there because I was able to pick him up a lot this past week. But as far as just whatever league you're in, I'm really excited to own a piece of that backfield. it's Liam Cohen's.
If you're in a pretty competitive league, he's probably already owned. Again, LaQuint Allen, Cohen likes to run the ball. So if anything happens, you'd rather just have the other option ready to go. Again, this is like digging deep into your pockets here. That's why I say that.
Yeah, LaQuinn Allen was one I was picking up on Dynasty.
Exactly.
For Dynasty
Yep,
rosters.
exactly. I was literally picking up just because, like, again, Dynasty, you're just so deep. You're just hoping for something to pop up, and that literally popped up.
Algier, I don't think we're at the point where we are starting him, but his workload is undeniable. So like it's kind of just you're picking him up more as safety. I feel like not necessarily picking him up to play him.
If I own Bijan, I 1,000% am picking up Tyler Algier. Like, it's not even a debate. Like, that's a handcuff I want to have. And if Tyler Algier is out there, yes, you for sure do, because Atlanta is a run first team.
Yeah, and they play Carolina this next week too.
Oh,
17
man.
opportunities.
Yeah. So again, definitely, if he's up on the waiver wires, for sure, go pick him up.
Other ones I'm looking at, Trey Benson. If he's out there, I like him just as a decent, like Caleb Johnson. We've completely moved to dropping him, correct?
Yeah, I mean he's scored a touchdown for the other team. Like, dude,
Dude, he's not even in the dog pit. Like they found another place to put that. Like he's in Philadelphia. He's so far outside of Pittsburgh.
Again, deeper Blake Corum, like he's clearly RB2 for Los Angeles behind Kyron. That's like who else I'm looking at. Again, like deeper leagues, Chris Rodriguez, just because of the Eckler injury. Now it's a trickle down effect. Chris Rodriguez, again, he was supposed to be the goal line back. Well, now like he should be activated, hopefully. So
Jerry McNichols potentially, like I kind of see him taking over there. I think he's in a 12-team league. Speculative ad. I'm going to put him out there just kind of see how that back. Because funny enough, if the Commanders are a true contender, they should be looking to trade for a running back. Huh. Luckily, they got extra capital from that running back they traded recently.
Who knew? Who knew this would be an issue?
Dumbasses. Cam Scadabo is pretty well rostered, so you're not really grabbing him. I mean, DJ Giddens, we're going to keep saying that one. I think it's going to be all him if something happens to him. So I think he's a really high upside player as far as running backs go.
Yep.
Cool. Wide receivers. Are you a believer? Because look, I think I'm out on Diggs because I think I'm a booty man. I mean, he only got one. I think it was just the one target this week. So waiting to see how this develops. But the touchdown, man, the excitement. Booty, rocking everywhere.
It's really weird because, like, I think, like, because Booty only had, like, what, 2 targets? Like, is that what it was this week?
I thought it was only one. It might have been 2.
One target. So 1 target, 1 catch for 15 yards or 16 yards and a touchdown. Like, that's, and then
to be
Diggs.
Fair, only one other wide receiver caught more than 2 or had more than 2 targets this week.
No, Diggs had 5.
That's what I'm saying. Diggs had 5. Nobody else had more than 2.
Yeah, I'm still. I have a league where I have Diggs and Booty. I'm really just wanting to see this kind of play out and like see where it goes from here. I'm still starting Diggs over Booty. I know Booty's have back-to-back touchdowns, but it's a full point PPR league, so that's why I tread carefully.
Yeah, Diggs is still, they're relying on him out there, but Booty needs to be added. Tillman, if you didn't get him already.
Yeah, I mean, again, this Browns team is frustrating to say the least. But again, this is the 6 out of 7 times he's outscored Jerry Jeudy in fantasy. Like, I know it's not saying much. It was like off a ricochet touchdown where he caught it. But again, points are points. He's outscoring him. It doesn't matter. Like, the Browns team is very frustrating.
Facts. Points are points, folks.
Yep.
You brought up Cam Ward. Let's go there to Tennessee. Alec Manor, the rookie. I mean, yet again, he had 7 targets last week, 6 targets this week, 4 catches, 56-yard a touchdown. Another guy I want to be picking up as much as I can. I still think Ridley's going to be the guy, but if something happens here, I was hoping Chigakonkwo was going to step up and be a great streamer for us this year, but maybe it's the rookie.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I like him. I like how you have Tesla. I mean, he's just had 2 amazing.
That's not for me. Folks, I am not saying go pick up Tesla anywhere. He's had 1 target in back-to-back games. They just scored how many points, and he got 1 target? I don't think it's a thing. You've got 2 running backs, 2 other wide receivers, and a tight end. But whatever. I got to put him on here, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because, the catches are cool. But unless you're in a league that you get an extra 20 points for cool catches.
You have a player here that, like, if out of all the names we've said, like, we should have said him first. It's Romeo Doubs.
100, yeah.
100%. If Romeo Doubs is somehow out there, spend every fab you got, because I think like he is. I know it's the Packers. It's frustrating to own it, but like again, like 5 targets, he had 3 catches, 28 yards, and a touchdown. Like he's on the field a lot. Like it's just all about opportunity at this point, and that's where I'm at with it. So
yeah, I think he's kind of one I feel like I bring up pretty regularly as far as 12-team leagues, PPR. He's great. He's perfect. He plays the most snaps. He runs usually the most routes. Even if Jaden Reed was there, he is going to be the hog of it. Yeah, Romeo Dobbs. It's not pretty. It's not sexy. But I'm not playing the Wicks game. Like I am not going back to Wicks, even though he is going to plug back in here. All of the advanced metrics that are great. He just doesn't catch the freaking ball.
Yeah.
De'Ami Brown. Dude, I get it. But the other two clearly
I'm shaking my head.
Look, I don't know what to do. I guess I'm just putting him on here. Deep enough league. He had 7 targets this week, 4 targets last week, over 50 yards the last 2 weeks. Neither one of the wide receivers on the Jags can say that.
I'm going to ask you this. A lot of people have Travis Hunter in their starting lineups. Are you benching him?
I started benching him this week.
Okay.
I didn't start him in a single one. I'm nervous too. I actually had to let him. I was in a Grand Theft Auto league. If you ever played it, if you lose, the person that beats you gets to steal one of your players. I can only protect 8 players. He was my 9th player. I didn't protect him. I let him get stolen just because.
I don't blame you. Yeah, that's something.
The other situations I had, I was like, I can't let those go. So I was going to roll the dice. They ended up taking Hunter, and I'm not feeling like I missed out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then tight end, Fannin, Juwan Johnson. It's going to be the same 2 we're kind of heading after this week.
They're probably already picked up. There's no other tight end that stood out to me that was I think San Francisco had a tight end that scored a touchdown, Farrell, right? He scored? Yeah.
First ever touchdown, I believe.
Yeah, so it's, again, Fannin kind of laid a little dookie on you. I mean, he had 5 catches for 49 yards. I had George Kittle in this league. I needed Fannin. Should I have gotten Juwan Johnson? Maybe, but the Browns are going to be down a lot. They're going to throw. I know Javen Njoku had a little bit more targets and yards, but again, they run a lot of 2 tight end sets, so I'm still okay with Fannin. And he finished as tight end 12. Crazy. He was tight end 1 finish. I'm okay with it.
All right. Brenton Strange, he's had 9 targets over the last 2 games. I don't mind it. This matchup, I don't know. I got the weird touchdown feeling in my gut. Might also be indigestion, so who knows. Jatavian Sanders, same thing, Atlanta matchup. Might be messed with. Actually, no. That defensive line, we're getting after JJ, and if the offensive line's hurt, I might be changing my tune. So, look at that, folks. You just get to watch the mind work out loud.
There you go.
Any other ads you want to throw there on the waiver wire?
No, I can't think of any deep guys that are just I'm trying to think of guys that are even in 16-man leagues that are just maybe it's worth the hold. No, there's nobody after this week that really is oh yeah, maybe you should. Nah, I can't.
Nah. All right. Well, folks, we're getting out of here. We're shutting it down. Make sure you check out the live stream over on the FFAN YouTube page. We'll be doing a live Q&A, waivers, all that fun stuff Tuesday, about 3 o'clock Eastern. Check us out there. And then, of course, the Start Sit episode we'll have later on at the end of the week, and the betting episode. If you're looking for more me, it's at @too_much_Brian on X.
I'm curious how we doing that. X, too much milk for me as well.
Yeah, I need to go back and check how we did. Maybe we'll do that every week when we do our episode.
Yeah, on the Fridays, yeah.
Kind of touch back, because I know we had some pretty good calls.
Yeah.
We had some not so great calls, because I didn't hit all my parlays, but that's okay. Yeah. Come back next episode, and we'll get you taken care of, folks. Thanks for listening. Likes, all that stuff, comments, reviews. Only good ones. Our thing only does 5-star for whatever reason.
Yeah, weird.
Crazy. Later.